Refraction, a modern reimagining of The Invisible Man, based on H.G. Wells' 1897 novel.
Prologue: The Ghost Protocol. Dr. Adrian Griffin, a brilliant nanotechnologist of Russian origin, worked under deep classified clearance with the U.S. Department of Defense. As head of Project Obscura, he was tasked with developing a serum that would create biologically invisible soldiers, human weapons undetectable to all surveillance. The key? A nanotech injection capable of rewriting organic matter on a molecular level, bending light, muting heat signatures, and silencing sound. A perfect ghost. When the final prototype succeeded, Griffin did what no one expected. He tested it on himself and vanished, but not before wiping the project's core code and escaping the continent.
Part 1. Dissolution.
Europe. Cold, gray, and quiet. Griffin hides in crumbling metro stations, old tunnels, and disused, safe houses. His body is invisible, but his mind is fraying. Without visibility, he's untouchable. Without identity, he's unmoored. Surveillance drones sweep the skies above. He ducks them like a phantom. He is hunted by FBI, Interpol, and Europol alike. But Griffin is no longer trying to survive. He's trying to win.
Part 2. The Drifter and the Plan.
In the Belgian city of Bruges, Thomas Marvel sleeps in alleyways and talks to himself more than he talks to people. A barrel-shaped man with a stained overcoat and 2 working shoes, barely. Marvel survives on beer, lies, and luck. One night, Griffin speaks to him from the void, a whisper, then a demand. "Let me stay, just a few nights. I need a roof, Marvel." Marvel panics. He remembers stories, conspiracies about a man who can't be seen. He doesn't want trouble, but Griffin is persistent. Polite at first, then threatening. Eventually, Marvel lets him in. Griffin sleeps on his creaky couch, unseen but always heard. He eats Marvel's food, reads Marvel's books, and stares out the windows, always plotting. His plan? A bank. Not a fortress. A small suburban bank on the outskirts of town. No AI sensors, just one guard and a security camera. A week later, the headlines read, "Belgian bank robbery, suspect invisible?" No suspects, no footage, no DNA. But Marvel knows. He hears Griffin laughing from the next room, empty except for the sound.
Part 3. Camp.
Griffin's descent accelerates. He tracks down an old colleague, Dr. John Kemp, now working at a bioethics institute in Switzerland. Kemp is calm, moral, measured. Griffin barges into his life like a broken algorithm. He's changed, rambling about how the world is corrupt, how power must be seized, how surveillance is slavery. Kemp sees the truth. Griffin is no longer a man. He's a weapon without conscience, a shadow in revolt. Kemp pretends to help. He runs blood work, confirms the nanobots have fused with Griffin's DNA. Irreversible, permanent. But Kemp also contacts Interpol. Griffin discovers the betrayal too late. The authorities close in, but not before he threatens Kemp with a chilling promise. "You'll never sleep again without checking the corners."
Part 4. Collapse.
Marvel, terrified and guilt-ridden, finally breaks down and flees, trying to turn himself in at a police station in Brussels. He shouts at empty air just in case Griffin followed him. He's laughed at, then he's taken seriously, then he's interrogated for days. Meanwhile, Griffin escapes Kemp and unleashes chaos. He starts assaulting people in the streets, robbing them of their belongings, spreading terror. He is more idea than man now, an invisible rebellion. Kemp works with Europol to set a trap. They lure Griffin into an underground facility built to disable nanotech via electromagnetic bursts. What follows is a desperate chase through flickering lights, security locks, and invisible footsteps. Kemp injects Griffin with a prototype counteragent, a viral command designed to freeze the nanobots within Griffin's DNA, not only making him visible, but also essentially killing him. For a moment, Griffin becomes visible again, just a man. A sick, trembling man with hollow eyes. "You betrayed science," Griffin hisses. "No," Kemp replies. You betrayed humanity. The injection takes effect. Griffin collapses, but eventually disappears completely. Kemp rushes to check on his body, but nothing is found. The head of police asks Kemp if they should start a nationwide lockdown, but Kemp explains. That won't be necessary. He is heavily wounded due to the counteragent. Even if he escapes the facility, he won't get far. Instead, we should focus on finding the body in order to make an autopsy and try to understand more deeply how he became invisible. A perimeter was set so that Griffin couldn't escape it, and bloodhounds, as well as police officers, were released so that they could look for Griffin's body, invisible or not.
Epilogue footsteps.
Months passed and a body was never found. Griffin was pronounced dead as he was never heard of again. Marvel returns to wandering. He talks less now. Sometimes in his sleep, he jerks awake in a sweat, swearing he felt breath on the back of his neck. And though Project Obscura was officially shut down, rumors persist of new trials under new names. Ones that learn from Griffin's failure and are better at hiding the consequences. Still, in the dark corners of Europe, people whisper about an invisible man who can't die. A man with no face. A man who never sleeps. They say he's still out there, watching. Dr. Kemp disappears from public life. Every night he kisses her daughters goodnight, tucks in and reminisces about that Griffin, the first of all to make himself invisible. Not fondly, but vividly. And he puts his head on the soft pillow. And he shuts his eyes. And with an unsettling conviction, he checks the corners. And then he tries to rest.